Alrighty. So this is the basically it's actually bigger on this side. Not a whole lot, but a little bit more that I could have added, but I think that there's plenty enough map here for the main parts. Obviously this white dot is where we are. This is in the city texture pack. So if things look a little different than normal, that's why. When I built this, it was just me and my friend. We actually wrote our names in the world, which is why they're here. I'm Liz, and he was Ty. So, I guess we can start a quick tour real quick. First thing I built in this world was this house. I call it the resource house, because if you ever played in survival, this basically has diamond, iron, redstone, emeralds, everything that you kind of need to basically start off, I guess. Although it's a super flat world, so it's not like you could really mine for anything anyway. Um, I'm gonna do a quick system check. Alright, hello. Cool. Everything is awesome. So, after that I built this house, which I never actually did anything with, but it's cute and it's got a rainbow sheep in it. This is the library. Just a tiny one for a tiny village. This was the doghouse. Cooking house. Super miniature house. Bright house. With my rainbow sheep. And then there's the dark house. Also works for storage. And then the jail, only openable from the outside. Those guys tried stealing things. And then, honestly, all I really have to do is fly. And you can see a lot of this is just 2D art. It was one of my favorite things to do. I have to do one thing real quick.
glad to be here. That's whole. Yeah, you wanted your 50 hours, Big Bear. I'll add you back to that realm after this. I don't even know. Did I ever remove you? Did I? I don't remember. I removed people. Gonna go do your tour now? Alright, I'll add you back.
All right. So yeah, we'll just kind of walk through this. After that village, I built this whole row of houses. Everything is completely identical. Um, I have the entire Justice League. Obviously, a miniature Spider-Man, Goomba, creeper heads surrounded by little tiny creeper heads. um, yeah, I've made quite a bunch of things. All the evolutions, gym badges, Ninetales, and Charizard, Superman and Wonder Woman, these little odds and ends things, and then this heart's actually double-sided. It's the moon on one side and a rainbow on the other, which is adorable. This is the rainbow farmhouse. This was actually built more towards the end, uh, but it's basically terracotta pathways. You go inside. There's a big table, the couch slash living area. It's very log cabin themed, so there's not really any electronics per se, like TV or anything like that. It's just general stuff. Storage, bedroom. I guess this is the most high-tech thing we have is the lamps. And the fridge is, I guess, a little high-tech as well. If you push the button, food comes out. If you go to the left outside the house, you'll get to the pool and the firework launchers that I have. Quite a lot of fireworks in this one. And then there's this one. It's got a delay in it. A beacon fountain. This is a double door system that one of the people that used to randomly come in my world actually built. Obviously it doesn't work anymore, but... And then that's the farm. Alright, so Little Dragon, Mega Man. The giant pencils were a challenge for us because we decided to build them diagonally instead of regular, so it took us a minute to kind of get used to it. But I think all in all they came out pretty well for what they were supposed to be, and that's how we decided to sign our world with the giant pencils because it seems fitting, you know? Pencils are for signing or writing. Little tiny Pac-Man. This giant serpent was one of my favorite things to build. It took a while though. This little dragon, it took a while to get its wings right. We spent a good couple hours on that. And it's tiny, but it's detailed, I guess. Very complicated little dragon wings. This is the beacon tower. This was the life. A Gur and an admiring minion. The Mewtwo and Mew. Pea Shooter, Jigglypuff, Pikachu, and a big old Groot because Groot's adorable. These Yoshis that are in love actually crack me up. I love them. They were one of my favorite things to build. I have the 1-Up Mushroom and the Power-Up Mushroom. A little Iron Man. An upside down treble clef and the bass clef. Yin Yang symbol. This eyeball didn't take a whole lot of, I guess, brain power because it wasn't that complicated except for the or the iris. But it did take time because it was so big. However, this wolf, as simple as it is, took us forever to get right, and it got to a point where we had to improvise in some spots because it was just not working out. And we spent a little while on this just kind of failing, and we had to rebuild from like the eyes up like 4 different times. And then we were like, you know what, screw it, we'll just improvise. So this is the little Mario castle, like at the end of the Mario worlds. That's what it's modeled after anyway. You just kind of go inside, and there's a ladder to get up to the top. You can stand here and be Mario. That is the cursor from the GTA 5 internet browser. So that's always fun. Giant American flag, of course, because why not? Our little ghosty and our little Galaga ship. I actually found this as a blueprint on the internet one time, and it was like an architectural structure or whatever, and so I kind of modeled that after, or I modeled this after that, and it was just some big giant archway, but I thought it was really neat. In order to stop monsters from spawning inside, I had to put a lamp inside, or a giant chandelier in here, but obviously this wasn't part of the structure. Um, Giant rainbow sword, giant diamond sword, little turtle, pickaxe. This is Mario and Luigi playing Mario and Luigi, playing Mario and Luigi, playing Mario and Luigi. Always a fun one. That was a fun one to build. I built this giant pyramid out of curiosity because I like the way the colors go together. And then we decided to flip it over, so it ended up being a giant upside down pyramid with a whole lot of glowstone inside. Big giant upside down pyramid. Exact same height as the. Oh, it's not. It's a block off. We'd actually have to make that a block taller. Well, damn. Whoops. But yeah, so this is the inside of the giant pyramid. We actually haven't really done anything with it inside. A lot of these builds are simply for show on the outside. This game over sign was the original edge of the world. There was nothing past this beforehand when me and my friend built it together. Um, that Vamp Life was the edge of the world, and this Mario and Luigi was the edge of the world. So literally, it was just this little strip of stuff all the way down. And after a while, over the years, I've added to this world and I've built more things, and so we come up with this heart draining, this love potion, the burger, a giant, super simplified sponge, our little rock on symbol, because you gotta rock on, music is life, our giant rose. This is a Pokemon, and I used to remember its name, but for the life of me, I can't think of it now. Our giant Stitch playing the guitar because why not? It's adorable. Joker and Harley, Tiny Toad, Vulpix, absolutely adorable. And then Ash and the starters, classic Pokemon. Giant Master Chief also kinda looks like a kid in a Master Chief costume using an energy sword. He ended up being smaller and less detailed than we expected. Our little green Kirby, because classic pink Kirby just wasn't cutting it. So, green it was. There's our little question mark block and Dexter random bomb. This is the rainbow bow tie. And then big old Eevee, Princess Peach, Princess Toadstool. I still say they're the same person. Baymax and Mario. Tiny little squids in love. Some random designs. This is a stack of wood. There's some precious materials, diamond, emeralds, lapis. This is all of the woods. Absolutely insane looking. And then our Pokemon heart, because I absolutely love Pokemon. This is the squid series. It started with the tiny simple squid, and then I was like, you know what? We're gonna do more. Then there's Pokemon, Pac-Man, and all of its ghosts. Our absolutely wonderful ghosty Boo from Mario. The flower, the fire flower and the ice flower, giant rose, wizard, bomb, bullet bill. So that's pretty much most of this world. I guess that's pretty much all of it, to be honest. Bullet Bill was adorable. This Bullet Bill was the original edge of the world, all the way over to the game over sign that I showed you earlier. And then I added all of this stuff and that house over there and the firework launchers, and I added the evolutions. And then the serpent and this Mario were this side of the edge of the world. So it was basically that Charizard and Ninetales didn't exist. And then, I mean, that's pretty much it. So this is all of the 2D art world that I made. Except for this big house, which it was actually a recent build. And I'm not quite sure what to do with each of the rooms, but I guess it's a start. I just, I really haven't been back to work on it lately. To add light, I'd used magma cubes and glowstone, which look cool, but is absolutely terrible practicality-wise. Because if I ever put this in survival mode and you walk on those, you get burned. Not technically a good thing, but for now they look cool. So, you know, these little catacombs of magma blocks up in the corner. In order to get up to the next floor, we have this lovely ladder. And then this is kind of to me like a reading loft because this is carpet and you can just lay here in the window and enjoy life while you sit there and read or get comfy or whatever it is. Add some pillows and blankets. So this, I'm not sure. I mean, honestly, it looks like a big giant ballroom, and you would think that that would be kind of cool, especially at nighttime, because, you know, stars, and there's a balcony, and you could put like music in here, and it would be really neat. But again, that's something that I never really planned out, and I have no idea what I'm going to do with this house yet. And then if you go up to the next floor, we have the wonderful area that I'm pretty sure is going to end up being a farm. I haven't decided yet, but it's pretty much laid out for it. I might as well do something either farmish or like a lounge area with like chairs and tables and maybe a bar or something. Um, and then finally, we have the rooftop pool and hot tub. So you go through this gate. We have all of these beautiful prismarine chairs because this blue is absolutely gorgeous. Obviously, the beacons show you where this wonderful house is. All these wonderful umbrella chairs. The bottom of this pool is actually coral, and the bottom of the hot tub is red coral. So you can tell the difference. It's absolutely beautiful, and the fact that they're so close makes sure that that pool stays cool enough to swim in, but still warm enough to where you don't freeze to death. And this pool stays, or the hot tub stays extra hot, and it's wonderful. So that's pretty much it for this world. This was a failed attempt at a Canadian flag because when I first started this world, somebody came in here, and he was some kind of Canadian stoner, and he was like, "Oh my God, I want to build a Canadian flag on the back of the American flag," and I was like, "Dude, go for it," and he never finished it. So this is as far as he got. Couldn't figure out how to do the maple leaf, gave up, and so now we have this fancy design on the back of the American flag, which, as you probably don't know, actually has 50 stars. So yeah, this was our wonderful world that I made. This is the 2D art world, so it's not all of the worlds that I want to show, but it's all for now. I guess I will do another stream tomorrow. Alright, guys. Bye bye.